Okay, recording. Okay. So today we'll be discussing precipitation. What do you mean by precipitation? So see, a precipitation, it is the fall of moisture, fall of moisture from the sky or from the atmosphere, we can say. So in general terms, it's the fall of moisture from the atmosphere. So this moisture can fall in liquid form or the solid form. That is called as precipitation. Okay, so there are different kinds of precipitation. It can be drizzle. Drizzle you have seen. When rainfall is taking very slowly, it is taking very small droplets, very small, fine droplets are there. That is called drizzle. Okay. Next is the rain. When these small droplets they come together and join and make it slight bit bigger droplet. Okay, maybe 5 mm or 7 mm around in size, in diameter. That is rainfall. So today we'll be discussing different kinds of rainfall as well. Okay, it can be in the form of snow. It can be in the form of snow. So we'll be discussing snow as well today. Or it can be form of hailstorm. Hail onion of the size of mainly around of the onion. They are formed like onions. Different layers of ice is being. We'll be discussing hailstorm as well. Sleet, you all will be discussing a little bit about sleet as well. Okay, these will be discussing. So first we start the precipitation. How precipitation take place? What is the process of precipitation? So mainly what you have seen, we discuss this as well. Near the ground, air get heated, it becomes warm, it absorbs the moisture if surrounding if it is available. So moisture is there. Now this air as it gets heated, what happens? It expands. As it expands, its pressure decreases, it rises. As it rises, the temperature keeps on decreasing. Temperature keeps on decreasing. As temperature keeps on decreasing, relative humidity keeps on decreasing. This we have already discussed. Relative humidity keeps on increasing, and there will be at a height at which the saturation will take place. The saturation of this air take place. Okay. Now that temperature at which saturation takes place, that is called as dew point. That is called as dew point. Now further cooling will lead to conversion. This water will get converted into water droplets, small water droplets. Okay, if the point is above the freezing point, then it will get converted into water droplets. If the dew point is below the freezing point, then these water droplets will directly get converted into ice crystals. Page number. Okay, there is no need of page number. Just look at the board. Page number 130 in your book. So just look at here. Okay, it gets converted into snow if dew point is below the freezing point. Okay, this is general what is happening. Okay, so now in little bit more details I can tell you. See what happens. Sun is there, heating take place. Heating of the earth surface take place. Then the air surrounding the surface, it get heated by conduction. It get heated. As it get heated, it becomes warm, and water from the surrounding that as well get heated, and evaporation take place. As evaporation take place, the air it get laden with the moisture. It get laden with the moisture in the form of water vapor. So water vapor is present in the air. We are having warm, moist air. Okay. Now, as temperature is increasing, as air is get heated, it expands. As it expands, density becomes less. As density becomes less, it rises. Pressure becomes less, it rises. It rises. It keeps on rising. More expansion will take place because pressure keeps on decreasing. More expansion takes place adiabatically. That is, no transfer of heat from the surrounding. Okay, so it get expansion take place, air get temperature reduces, air get cooled. So temperature is reducing as air is rising, moist air is rising. Okay, and we have discussed, for example, here at present temperature is 30 degrees Celsius and relative humidity consider anything around 50%. Okay, Now somewhere here, temperature become 20 degrees Celsius. So as temperature decreases, relative humidity increases. Okay, relative humidity increases. What do you mean by relative humidity? That we have discussed. Actual amount of water vapor present in air to the maximum amount of water vapor the air can hold at that temperature. This we already discussed. To the maximum amount of water vapor the air can hold at that temperature. So as temperature is increasing, the maximum amount of water vapor the air can hold as well increases. This we have discussed. Warm air has more capacity to hold the moisture as compared to the cold air. Okay, as air is getting cold and cold, it is having less capacity to hold the moisture. So warm air has more capacity as compared to the cold air to hold the moisture. Always remember this one. It means as temperature increases, maximum amount of water vapor it can hold increases. It means relative humidity decreases. Okay. Now as temperature decreases, air is
Relative
very humid,
humidity increases.
increases. Maximum amount of air can hold it as well decreases. That means relative humidity increases, and we'll be using this relation mainly. They're inversely related. So as height is increasing, temperature is decreasing because air is expanding. As expansion take place, cooling take place. So this will be using. So temperature is decreasing with height because air is expanding. Now relative humidity will be increasing. So at some height, for example, here temperature is 4 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity becomes 100%. 100% means the actual amount of water vapor present in air is equal to the maximum amount of water vapor that air can hold. So it has reached its threshold. It has reached the limit. No more moisture it can hold. No more water vapor this air can hold. So now see here, if the temperature further decreases, what will happen? This water vapor will get converted into very small droplets. And these droplets will get suspended in the atmosphere. And these small suspended droplets, we see it as clouds. Okay. Mainly, okay, we see it as clouds. And with air, these clouds can move. Okay. This is how clouds is formed. Now see how precipitation will take place. So relative humidity becomes 100%. And this temperature, at the temperature at which the saturation takes place, that is called as dew point. And now further cooling, this will water vapor will get converted into moisture, that is water droplets. So from gas to liquid it has got converted. So droplets will be formed. Okay. And since here temperature is less than freezing point, dew point is greater than dew point. It is temperature is more than the dew point. Therefore, it get converted into water droplets in liquid form. Now, if these water droplets becomes heavy and counters the buoyancy force of the air, they will fall on the ground. Buoyancy you have already studied. So buoyancy of the air, they counter it. If they becomes too heavy, they will fall on the ground. Okay, these fall on the ground. If they are very small particles, it will be the drizzle, very small water droplets, very small, fine droplets. They will be falling on the ground very slowly. They will be falling. That is called as drizzle. And now see here, if these particles are getting bigger in size, that means they collide with each other, they form the groups. They come together and becomes a large water droplet around 5 mm or 7 mm. And now if they fall, that is called as rainfall. Okay. Now how the snow is formed. See here. If the dew point is less than 0 degrees Celsius, that is below the freezing point. If dew point is below the freezing point, what happens? This water vapor will further cooling will lead to get converted directly into solid. ice crystals it will be formed. Now, as they become heavy, they start falling on the ground. Then snow is formed. Hail, shear, water droplets are formed. Now, if air in between, it is very, very cold. These water droplets, they become ice, and now as it is keeps on falling, other water droplets joins it, and different layers are formed, like the onions. So, like onions, it is forming, and bigger as it is falling, it is getting bigger in size, and it can be around 2 inches or something around that. Okay, less than that as well, or bigger than that as well. We call in Hindi olas, ola. Okay, they fall on the ground, and these hail. If winds are flowing along with very fast, then that is called as hailstorm, and these are very destructive for the crops agriculture. Okay, how sleet is formed? See here, how sleet here what ice crystals will form as they fall. They get converted into water vapor, again water, and then again in the air. They converted back into the ice and they fall. So there's not much difference between sleet and hail. Okay, now that is called as sleet. So in sleet, mainly it is snow plus rain. Both are taking place. Okay, this is precipitation. This is clear. Now we'll concentrate on rain only. As the ice sheets are there, okay, if water droplets, like ground is very, very cold, so as water droplets touches the ground, they get converted into ice, and ice sheets are formed on the ground. They are very hard. Snow, direct conversion from water vapor to solid, that is ice crystals, and they are mainly hexagonal in shape, different shapes and sizes. Okay, so now different kinds of rainfall we'll be discussing. First is convectional rainfall. That is, here convection current will be taking place. Convection current in water we have already seen, in air as well we have seen. And second rainfall will be orographic. Orographic, that is because of mountain. This is also called as relief rainfall. Third, we'll be discussing cyclonic rainfall or cyclonic fronts or rainfall. Cyclonic rainfall. Cyclones we have discussed, where fronts are formed, different air masses meet. Okay, so first we'll be discussing conventional rainfall, how conventional rainfall is formed. So the main reason is the sun. So sun heats the ground and oceans differently. So differential heating of the ground and ocean. So for example, we have in ground. Okay, ground, it as well ground topography is different. Somewhere it is green patches, somewhere it is barren land, or okay, bare ground. So mainly the bare ground that is heated more as compared to the green cover or the oceans. So
Sir, your network is some slow and your voice is not coming.
see, my network is fine. Okay, voice. Are you having problem with the voice?
Yes,
No,
sir.
sir.
Two, three times happened.
Server is
Okay,
coming.
No, sir.
okay. Just
Problem.
minute. Just a second. I
Very good
reconnect
voice
the.
coming.
I will reconnect the Bluetooth. Okay, just a second. Okay, you revise for time being. Just give me a minute. And if the video is not available, you can turn it off and turn it on again. Okay, or you can log it again. Okay. Okay, so we are discussing convectional rainfall. Okay, that is due to convection current is set. Convectional rainfall. Okay, so here what happens here? Sun is there, and this convectional rainfall mainly happens in sunny days. Sunny days or in summer, whether day is very hot or mainly in summer. This convectional rainfall, because convection currents are strong mainly in summers or during the sunny days, where the sun, intense heating of the ground take place due to sun. So sun, the ground get heated, intense heating of the ground will take place. So what will happen? Air above it will get warmer. It will get warmer. Now, if moisture is present from the surrounding, it may take, or from the oceans, moisture as well, it takes. Okay, so from the ground as well, evaporation take place from the plants or green cover transport evaporation take place, and now this warm air, warm, moist air, it get heated. It get heated. As it get heated, it expands. As it get heated, it expands. As it expands, what happens? It becomes light and it rises. It rises. It is rising air. Now, the same way that we have discussed, that as it is rising, temperature decreases. How? As it is rising, the air is getting cooled. As it is rising, the air is expanding, pressure is decreasing. As air is rising, pressure decreasing, air is expanding. As it expands, it cools, air get cooled. As air get cooled, temperature decreases. As temperature decreases, relative humidity increases. It keeps on increasing, and there will be point, or there will be height at which relative humidity becomes 100%. Okay, at that temperature where saturation takes place, that is called as dew point, and clouds are formed. And clouds are formed. Which clouds are formed? These are mainly cumulus clouds are formed. Okay, okay. These clouds can be swept away or can be dissolved away. Okay, if very small cloud is there. Okay, now see here, if strong intense heating takes place, more moisture rises, and much bigger cloud generates here, forms here. Okay, that cloud will be called as cumulonimbus, dark gray cloud, cumulonimbus, and mainly rainfall will take place. Okay, so you can see the convection current, the warm air get heated, it rises, and convection current is set. Okay, more the convection, more bigger the cloud will be there. More dark cloud, it will be more dark, it will get, and it will become cumulonimbus, and the rainfall will take place. And this rainfall will be accompanied with thunderstorm, lightning and thunder. Okay, and where this mainly take place? Convectional rainfall, mainly in the equatorial region where intense heating is there. So around 8 degrees on both the sides, mainly this kind of rainfall take place, conventional rainfall. And it mainly occurs in afternoon, around 4 o'clock showers. They are called as 4 o'clock showers as well. Okay, mainly in evening they used to take place. So during day, the land get heated strongly, or the water over the ocean, it get evaporation, lot of evaporation, convection current sets in, clouds forms, and by evening, saturation take place and rainfall occurs. Okay, so convectional rainfall is clear. This occurs due to convection current. So what is the prime reason? Differential heating, that is intense heating of the land take place and clouds are formed. Or in the oceans as well, intense heating of the ocean take place and evaporation take place, low pressure develops and air rises and clouds are formed. Then relative humidity increases, dew point is reached. Further cooling will lead to formation of clouds, and then rainfall will take place. Cumulonimbus clouds occurs. This is clear convection rainfall. Okay, next we discussed rainfall because of mountains. How mountains plays a role in rainfall. That is called as orographic rainfall or relief rainfall, due to relief. So second is orographic. So here, see here, we'll be having mountain. Okay, this we have discussed as well earlier. So ocean is there. So here heating take place, warm, moist air. Warm moist air is there, and see here, mainly prevailing winds. The prevailing winds, if they are flowing towards the mountain, if prevailing winds they are flowing towards the mountain, what will happen? They will carry the moisture from the oceans, and they will be forced to ascend the mountain. They will be forced to move up on the mountains. Prevailing winds will make this moist warm air to move towards the mountain. Okay, up towards the mountain. Now see here, as altitude is increasing, what happens? As altitude increases, pressure decreases, air expands, expansion will take place. As air expands, temperature decreases, air expands, temperature decreases, air expands, cooling takes place, temperature decreases. As temperature decreases, relative humidity increases, and see here, cloud will be formed. Clouds will be formed. Okay, here the rainfall is because of orography, that is because of relief, because of mountain. How? The warm air, it will be pushed upward. Prevailing wind pushes this warm moist air upward. Okay, as they rises, pressure decreases, expansion takes place, cooling takes place, temperature decreases, relative humidity increases, and now clouds will be formed. Saturation takes place, dew point is reached, further cooling will lead to formation of clouds, and on this side rainfall will take place. So this is which side? Windward side. On the windward side we are having rainfall. So here a lot of rainfall will take place. This will be the green cover. We will have the more forest on this side. Okay, but what happens here on the other side? This is the leeward side and rain shadow area. That is, no rainfall will be taking place. How? See, these winds, they already shed the moisture here. Rainfall took place. Now these winds, they becomes dry winds because moisture is already shed. Okay. Now these dry winds, as they descend, they move downwards. What will happen? Pressure increases. Air contracts. As air contracts, temperature increases. They will become dry, warm winds. Okay, we discussed these winds as well. Which local winds will be these? Fohn winds, we have discussed. Chinook winds, Fohn winds in Alps. Chinook winds. Which mountain was there? Rockies and Jonda winds as well. So these will be hot and dry winds. These are Fohn and Chinook winds. Okay. So this side, no rainfall. So this will be mainly the desert area, like the Death Valley in the California, Nevada. There you can see. Okay. So no rainfall on this side. So here deserts will be there. Understood? As well in the Western Ghats, you can see in India. Western Ghats. Arabian Sea we have on this side. The winds, rainfall take place on this side, very less rainfall. Pune and those, very less rainfall, very high rainfall on the other side, this side, Western Ghats. So western slopes of the Western Ghats, we have lot of rainfall. On the eastern slopes of the Western Ghats, this is the leeward side, rain shadow area, very less rainfall or no rainfall. Understood this one? Orographic rainfall. Any doubt you have?
No, sir.
Okay,
No,
next
sir.
is cyclonic rainfall. We have already discussed the cyclonic rainfall and formation of cyclones we have discussed. In cyclonic rainfall, wherever different air masses meet, different air masses, that is, they will differ in density, temperature, moisture content, etc. Okay, the different temperature, density, moisture, etc. Mainly these three will be discussing more. Okay, so now see here how cyclones are formed. We have discussed that mainly in temperate cyclones. These are called as frontal rain as well. Fronts are formed, that is, wherever two different air masses meet, the boundary is called as front. This is cyclonic rainfall. It is as well called as frontal rainfall. So, if for example from the colder regions, cold and dry wind will come, mainly the polar winds. They are the cold and dry winds. Okay, and from the equatorial region, warm and moist air. Two different air masses. So mainly in the like westerlies and easterlies you take. Westerlies, they will be warm and moist as compared to the easterlies. easterlies, they are coming from polar regions, cold and dry, whereas westerlies, they will be warm and moist as compared to this cold and dry winds. Now see here, as they meet, what will happen? Cold and dry, they will be more dense here. It will be more dense as compared to this. This will be less dense. So what will happen? Dense air moves downward and this will be moving above the cold air. So cold air moves and dense warm air are deflected above. They are pushed upward and they push downward. So a front is formed, a boundary between these two kinds of winds. They rises, as they rises, adiabatically get cooled and then rainfall take place. This rainfall is called as frontal rainfall or cyclonic rainfall. Okay. So wherever different kinds of air masses meet, rainfall frontal rainfall or cyclonic rainfall take place. That we have discussed in nor'wester as well, different air mass. Okay. And westerlies and easterlies, wherever they meet, that is different air mass. So in temperate regions, this one, in tropical as well, cyclones are formed. Different air masses meet and rainfall will be accompanied. This is clear now, cyclonic rainfall.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so these are the three different kinds of rainfall. They are very, very important, these three kinds of rainfall. So now we discuss the distribution of rainfall. Okay, what factors affect the distribution of rainfall? What are the factors? Latitude,
Oceans and mountain breezes.
oceans and mountains, oceans and land, oceans and continents, we can say, and mountain ranges, that is relief features, mountain ranges. Temperature as well is there, pressure, differential heating, those all are as well there. So majorly these three will be discussing. So latitude 0 degree, okay, 90 degree, 90 degree. So mainly most of the rainfall is concentrated where? In the equatorial region. Very intense heating take place, so conventional rainfall take place mainly here. So, and in the colder region, the temperate region, mainly cyclonic rainfall, very less conventional rainfall. So, as per the latitudes, the rainfall varies as well. Okay, most of the rainfall is concentrated in the equatorial region. Okay, and here mainly if rainfall happens, it is because of cyclonic. Okay, conventional as well happens, but very less. What is the latitude? Okay, maximum precipitation is found between in the equatorial region. That is, this is called as intertropical convergence zones. We have discussed ITCZ. Okay, sailors use call this ITCH as well, each as well, because they are the doldrums, and as Earth revolves around the sun, this ITCZ keeps on shifting towards north and south. Accordingly, the rainfall as well shifts. Okay. Next is ocean and continents. So, as well, these affect if land is very close to the ocean. It majorly have more rainfall. So, in India as well, you can see near the ocean parts we have more rainfall. Majorly, these parts which are near the oceans have more rainfall, and more interior as we move towards the continent. In the continent, if you move more interior, then the rainfall keeps on decreasing. Okay. As well, we have seen in Thar Desert, all these winds, that is monsoon winds, they shed their moisture here. As they reach the Thar Desert, the air doesn't have much of the moisture, and very, very less or no rainfall take place. So as it is more far away from the ocean, from the water bodies, very less or no rainfall take place. So the regions which are very close to the oceans, more rainfall. As we move in the interiors, very less rainfall. And majorly most of the rainfall take place in the oceans. Around 70 to 80% of the rainfall take place in the oceans. Only around 18 or 20% take place on land or on the surfaces. Okay. Next is mountain ranges. Mountain ranges as well affect, we have seen, Western Ghats on the windward side. Most of the rainfall take place on the eastern sides of the Western Ghats, very less or no rainfall. This is the leeward side. This is how mountain ranges affect the distribution of rainfall. As well, we have seen here Himalayas. This is the northeast. Okay. In Assam, most of the rainfall take place because these air get trapped here. The Himalayas trap these air, most laden winds, monsoon winds, and most of the rainfall take place here in Assam and all. And no or very less rainfall on the other side of the Himalayas. Basically, no rainfall. These winds doesn't move over the Himalayas on the other side. So this is how mountain ranges as well affect the temperature, rainfall, distribution of rainfall. Okay, there's one more thing I tell you. Okay, see here. This was our 0 degree. This is our 30 degrees subtropical high pressure belt, and winds flowing. These winds are called as northeast trade winds, southeast trade winds. So here majorly land is concentrated here. Okay, mainly these trade winds, they are flowing from high pressure towards the low pressure. These trade winds, they are flowing mainly from the land. They are mainly flowing from the land. So these trade winds will be mainly dry trade winds. They will be dry, and thus they do not they lack moisture. Okay. So these northeast trade winds, they are mainly dry winds. This is the reason for one of the questions. Areas of trade winds are usually dry. Why? Because these trade winds, they originate on land mainly. These trade winds originate on land mainly because high tropical pressure belt is around 30 degrees in north, and around 30 degrees mainly land mass is there. So these winds originate on land, therefore they are dry, and they are dry winds. Therefore they contain very less moisture. Therefore the areas usually over which they flow are dry. Okay. Rainfall will only take place when these northeast trade winds, they blow over the oceans and then blow over the land. Okay. So mainly, for example, see here. For example, this is Africa. Okay. Take this as Africa. So trade winds will be blowing like this. Okay. So as they blow over the oceans, they take the moisture, and on the eastern part, they shed the moisture. So rainfall will be there. But see here, as they reach the western part, they becomes dry because they are passing over the land. So mainly all the deserts, they are on the western sides of the continent. Mainly they are on the western part of the continent. Okay. Namib Desert, Atacama Desert, those all deserts are on the mainly in the western part of the continent. Okay, understood this one? So our chapter is over. Any doubt you have, just go through it once. Okay, find out the answers. In next lecture, we'll discuss the question answers. Okay, regarding project, I discussed one or two students have asked some doubts. So first page, index page. So take a line sheet, 2 holes will be there. Mainly this is how the 5 pages there, lines are there. Now write here index, then make one table. Okay. Smaller one here, that will be our serial number. Okay. Content, then page number. Okay. Serial number 1, introduction you write, page number 1. Okay. You start from there. Then second, types and those all you can write. Keep citing like this. Last will be, for example, 15 point. That is references. Okay. This is the index. As you make in the file, that is lemon work, same way you have to make. Okay. If you are not written, it's fine now. If you submitted, it's fine now. Okay. So last page, references, 15 point references. First, whichever book you have referred, its name, and the writer name. Okay. Second, any journal you referred, journal's name. If any newspaper you referred, newspaper's name.
Yes.
Any site you referred, site's address. Okay. That all.
Sir, in the index, we will not write
Yes.
point 15.1 like this, only 1, 2, 3, 4,
If
5, then okay na?
see here, then okay as well. If you're writing, then as well okay. Okay. That's up to you, Ali. Okay.
Sir, references I written sources. This is right.
Okay, it's fine. Now your written is fine. No issue with that. Okay. Sources you written is fine. But mainly we write references or bibliography. Okay. This is fine. Okay, so we end here. In next lecture, we discuss the question answers. So find out the question answers. We'll discuss them. Okay. Mainly give reasons. They are most important things. Give reasons. They are the most important ones. Okay.
Okay, now we can go.
Yes, you can
Yes.
live.
Thank you, sir.
Any doubt you have, you can ask in next lecture.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
Or you can ask
Thank
now.
you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And you have you heard about the school of name?